second time in just over 2 weeks, the Loyal and the Switchbacks of Colorado Springs meeting up this time at Torero Stadium, where San Diego returns home for the first time in 46 days. Both teams right in the middle of the playoff race with 15 left to go. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin, Jordan Caruth with you here today. Our Western Conference standings are brought to you by Symbiotica. These two teams are right there in it. Symbiotica is the official wellness partner of San Diego Loyal, a San Diego-based supplement company. Symbiotica wants to positively impact the community because to them, San Diego isn't just their headquarters, it's their home. Symbiotica, live with intention. Well, the last time these two teams met up, Jordan, it was all San Diego, 2 early goals, then a red card for Colorado Springs, a 5-0 decision.
It was a match that we saw fireworks right away. It did not take very long for San Diego to score. We saw it early on. Perez wasted no time to ask some questions of Colorado Springs on the road. A second goal for San Diego. Then, of course, the red card, which it's easy to think that a red card will completely change the dynamic of a game. It does, and it did. But already 2 goals in for San Diego at that point. What a win it was for them, but you know Colorado Springs, a team coming in today, Jack, that wants a little bit of revenge and prove maybe 5-0 isn't the right scoreline for a matchup with these two teams.
That was just 16 days ago. Our SDG&E player to watch this afternoon, Evan Conway.
And it's very easy to circle Evan Conway if you're San Diego. This is a player they rely on. Conway, a player, no one would be surprised if he scored today here at Torero Stadium. He does it a lot for San Diego, and they'll likely need him to do it again.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital. For Nate Miller and San Diego, without Elijah Martin, Elliot Collier, and Nick Moon, they'll put Conway and Toomey Moshaban up top.
Yes, it is a very good attack up front. Seeing Toomey, seeing Conway, they can do different things, but they do also a similar thing, and that's scoring goals. It's a very similar starting 11 to what we saw 2 weeks ago against Colorado. Only one change, it's Elijah Martin.
Now for Colorado Springs, they rebounded from that 5-0 loss to go 1-1 against Phoenix and actually had them all the way to the 90th minute.
Yeah, and a rare draw for Colorado Springs, only their second of the season. This is a team we've seen so far. They either win or they lose. There's really no in-between for them, except for the last time out. They did get the draw against Phoenix. A lot of changes for this team. 5, in fact, from the starting 11 when they hosted San Diego.
And Romario Williams is available today. He was out with the red card suspension from the San Diego game against Phoenix, their leading scorer. He's back and available here today.
Not starting, but it's not always who starts, it's who finishes from time to time, and we may see Williams in the second half. We're expecting these two teams to play much closer this time around. Williams is hoping to make an impact at the right time today.
Joe Kuzminski is back in net for the second straight time, just the 3rd time this year. He's playing his 100th USL game, but he's going for the 2nd straight start.
Yes, and so we see the change, of course, in net. We see it for the 2nd match in a row for Colorado Springs, so a little bit of consistency there, but it is a different keeper from what we saw against San Diego. Overall, we referenced the 5 different changes. It's a different look. They're hoping to get a different result today in San Diego.
These two teams met 2 weeks ago. Now they rematch here today. A brand new field in place for us at Torero Stadium. It looks amazing. We got a great one for you this afternoon. San Diego and Colorado Springs to wrap up the week in the USL Championship coming up next.
Each day, I commit to strive and to lift, knowing hardships will come, but I will persist like the sun, rising, though knowing it sets. I will rise and win the day. My day. Symbiotica, win your day.
When it comes to our familia, we all have our own flavor and expression. Some are bold. Others are complex. Some are, well, a little spicy. But at Tequila de Corralejo, we believe sharing our individuality is what makes gathering together so fun. Here's to those who stand tall and share their passion. Salud.
San Diego and Colorado Springs ready to roll here this afternoon from Torero Stadium. A hot, muggy day across Southern California with the monsoon conditions. And we are ready for a great playoff-type matchup between these two teams. San Diego and Colorado Springs battling here for the second time in 2 weeks. The two teams were right in the running out of the Western Conference in the USL Championship. We are ready for soccer. It is Military Appreciation Day at the Battle of the Bases afterward. The Marines won last year. Naval Base San Diego, MCAS Miramar. After our contest today at halftime, the oath of enlistment for 100 service members across all branches. Military Appreciation Day here at Torero Stadium. Should be a fun one. San Diego in the Tory Green kits. Colorado Springs in the light blue and whites. Two sharp kits today as these two sides meet for the second time this season. Jack Cronin, Jordan Caruth with you today. Jordan, awesome to work with you here. Everybody who follows Jordan doing his play-by-play here in San Diego, and of course in the Always Loyal podcast. So what are you looking for here today of these two great sides?
Before we actually get into what's going to happen, the dynamic of these two teams going against each other, we must start with the field itself. Torero Stadium looks amazing today. San Diego's they've been on a road trip. Yes, they took on Dortmund earlier this week here in San Diego, but a long road trip. And anytime you go on a road trip, especially in this league, you're likely to play on several different types of fields, and that's exactly what happened for SD Loyal on their road trip. I can promise you they are very happy to roll onto the field today and see this brand new turf at Torero Stadium. It looks amazing.
It is incredible. San Diego, starting today, is going to play 5 in a row at home and 6 of the next 7. So at this point in the season, they decided to redo things, and it looks perfect out there.
And it's a good time because San Diego going to be at home here for a very nice stretch. They did have to play on the road for quite some time. A little bit of a payback now. It balances out because San Diego will play their next 5 league games right here at Torero Stadium and 6 of their next 7. So pretty good stretch for them to play on this brand new turf. And it's always good to see Loyal playing here at home because they're really good here at Torero Stadium. They have a good record. And, of course, a very good matchup today because Colorado Springs, that's a team coming in. They're playing very well as well. So we're going to see two very good teams today. I don't think anyone would be very surprised if we see these two teams playing in the playoffs by the end of the year.
That's a great call. 7 of the last 9 have been on the road for San Diego, including that matchup in Colorado against Switchbacks. 2 early goals for Loyal, as you saw in the highlights coming into the match. Then the red card early on. Mario Williams is available in today's contest, leading scorer for Colorado Springs. As Corona comes in for Perez into the box. In a collision with Tumi Moshoban. It's a decent chance for San Diego to look at early on.
It came a little bit later than what we saw in Colorado, but similar. Perez on that same side of the field making a cut. That's when he opened the scoring a couple weeks ago in this matchup. So you see something a little similar. I guess a better start this time around for Colorado Springs. We talked about the keys. We'll get to the keys, but I will tell you that the last thing Colorado Springs wants to happen today is to fall behind and to fall behind early because they don't want to feel like they're about to go through what they went through a couple weeks ago at home.
And in contrast to that match against San Diego, the match they had against Phoenix, they dictated pace. They came out, they played at high tempo, and they led all the way until the 90th minute. There was a late handball call that brought back a potential equalizer, and then the game tying effort from Danny Trejo and Phoenix. But Colorado Springs was in that the entire way against Phoenix in their last match out. So, to Jordan's points, a bit of a different look in the early going.
A rare draw for Colorado Springs against Phoenix. These are two teams that have they're similar position on the table, similar points, but they've taken two different roads to get there. San Diego much more balanced in their record. Colorado Springs, it's a team that tends to either come away with all three or they're coming away with none. They did get that draw against Phoenix, but only their second of the season, and the season is not exactly young. So for the fact that they only have 2 draws on the year, it does stand out to me at least. They've taken a very different route to get to the position on the table they are than San Diego, but here they are, same position.
Our keys to the contest are brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. And Jordan, scoring first is obviously important for Colorado Springs. What about San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego wanting to find that early rhythm, that attack. They came out against Colorado Springs very attack-minded when they were on the road, finishing up that road trip. It was a great way for them to finish that trip away from home. They came out the aggressors. They wanted to come away with all 3, and really they were able to apply enough pressure to come away. The red card clearly changing things later, but they had already left their mark on that match with the 2 goals early on. So that's what they want to do, of course. And we mentioned already with Colorado Springs, the last thing they want to happen, especially here at Torero Stadium, with the locals who are especially loud today, they don't want to fall behind, because that's just going to change everything they want to do.
Good ball in here. Enriquez looking for a cross, and Grant Stoneman is there defensively for San Diego. A couple of changes on the roster for Loyal coming into this match. Kyle Adams traded, and in return, San Diego from Louisville. Enoch Mushagalusa also picked up Michael Shilaka. Starting in today's match is Carlos Guzman, who spent a lot of his career in Liga MX in Mexico. So some changes here coming off that road trip, knowing there's a lot of games. San Diego's 2 more in hand than many of their other Western Conference foes. So a ton of changes as well coming into today.
And we've seen different approaches from San Diego in their different years in the league. There was a time where they would go out multiple times throughout the season and find players on loan from MLS sides, players that maybe they could leave at any point during the season just based on what's happening at the MLS level. A different approach this year, but that doesn't mean they're not making any changes. And we've seen that lately, especially in the last couple of weeks. San Diego continuing just to tweak the roster a little bit. They're learning more and more about themselves as this season goes on. They're finding strengths, they're finding weaknesses, and they're trying to make more strengths than weaknesses.
And we will have our first corner of the match. And San Diego goes to the flag for the first time.
We see Adrian Perez very involved early on in this match already. He is on an absolute tear. He is playing with a lot of confidence, and he's been talking about it as well. You have a lot of adrenaline going into these matches. It's easy to get up for these matches and to get excited. For Perez, he says it's been easy to do that, but there's also another level on top of it that he feels he's been experiencing, and he's been scoring a lot of goals lately for San Diego.
5 on the season so far. Adrian Perez has been involved here early. Obviously had that first-minute goal against Colorado Springs last time out. Here comes our first corner of the match. Guzman, and we're going to get another one on the opposite side, so we'll do it again.
A couple early chances for San Diego. Corner kicks, obviously, always a good thing. And this is a team that knows how to play with each other. It's only one change from that match in Colorado Springs. Elijah Martin, and we referenced him a little bit earlier, not available today with the injury. So that is your one and only change. This is a lineup that is used to each other. We talk about some changes with the roster, but overall, the core here for San Diego definitely very familiar with one another, and that's going to help them in moments like this.
Second consecutive corner here in the 9th minute to start things off. San Diego and Colorado Springs. Back-to-back corners. Adams sending it in up top. Looking for a volley from Perez. Instead, Colorado Springs will try and clear things up. Perez coming into it. On the recovery. Riley, it falls to him and he launches high.
Just talking about him and his impact on San Diego, especially lately, there's the latest example of it. He is just playing with that extra gear. He wants the ball. He wants to get in a position to fire off a shot because lately, every time he does it, it seems to go in. So that's what he's working towards. And we saw it again in that moment. Obviously not getting the final shot, but again, a dangerous moment for a player that's been dangerous for a few weeks now.
Yeah, 5 goals in the season. He's been involved here early for San Diego. Evan Conway pressing up top. Before things are finally cleared down the line, Malik Foster on the run. Foster trying to drag it in front of goal, and it's finally cleared away. Colin Martin with a recovery for San Diego. This Foster went entirely across net before it's finally cleared.
I have no idea how we're still scoreless. Colin Martin able to close the gap and get to the ball and get plenty of it just to clear it. If he's not there, it is 1-0 Colorado Springs, but clearly still scoreless and the best chance so far in this match for either side.
Wonderful run from Foster, could have walked things in before a sliding stop from Martin. And we'll go back the other way.
It was his speed. That was the separation. That was the difference on that play. And then able to cut across, beat Vegas. And normally that sets you up to kind of roll it home. But fortunately for San Diego, Colin Martin is the hero, able to get back. You see Stoneman. It's not easy tracking Foster down. And that's the moment you think you're about to score, but before you can fire it off a shot with your left foot, Martin gets his foot to it and clears it away.
And tough to do as well. That's a potential penalty spot if you're not timing it correctly, as Martin did. That's potentially awarding an opportunity on goal for Colorado Springs. Instead, a brilliant sliding stop to keep us even here, level and scoreless in San Diego. Conway brings it down. It falls to Moshe Ban. Toomey had a shot at it. We'll kick all the way back for Koke Vegas.
It's a very good combination for San Diego, though. Perez, he finds Conway. Conway, instead of trying to fire off a shot, saw space with Moshe Ban, was able to get the ball to him. Unfortunately for Toomey, he's not able to get good contact on it. But those are the moments, if you can repeat that over and over today, you're going to find a few goals, I'm sure.
Guzman sending it into the top of the 18, all the way across for Perez. Playing it in and just high.
He's likely going to be the most fun player to watch today. We've already seen how dynamic he's been able to be, the impact he's made. He's creating a lot for San Diego, Perez, and that, again, is a good highlight for him. San Diego, with that miss with Toomey a little bit earlier, too, and now Perez, they do want to see one go into the back of the net soon, because earlier this week against Dortmund, they had a lot of chances. Very surprised they didn't come away from that match with a goal. They had good looks. You don't want to continue to miss in front of the net, obviously, and we do see it early on in this match. San Diego looking forward to getting one of those goals here very soon.
Quick whistle here. Our injury report here today is brought to you by Synergy Orthopedics. Both sides are battling a few coming into this match today. There are 3 for San Diego. Nick Moon with a longer-term injury, according to head coach Nate Miller. Elliot Collier and Elijah Martin as well, but there's some injuries for Colorado Springs. So both sides a bit shorthanded coming into today.
Yeah, and those are very big names for both sides. For San Diego, especially Nick Moon. He has a huge impact on this team. Collier, we've seen score goals, especially lately. He's been leaving a mark. So to have those two, and then, of course, Elijah Martin unavailable today, that is a pretty big change. They only had to make one official change from the last time they played Colorado Springs, but these injuries have been going on, and a lot of those players we just talked about had to watch from Snapdragon Stadium earlier this week when SD Loyal took on Dortmund, and you know that's an opportunity. Players want to be out there on the field in those moments, and if you're not available to do so, it does tell you you're pretty injured, and that's exactly what the case was earlier this week, and we see it continue now for San Diego.
Boy, I mean, you mentioned the pressing, the opportunities up top against a Champions League world-class opponent in Borussia Dortmund. That was the chance for San Diego on Thursday night here to have that exhibition match in San Diego. What a night that was.
Yeah, and I think a great showing, especially for San Diego. It's easy if you're only going to focus on the scoreline and that's your only takeaway and maybe the only way you consume what happened earlier this week. I think it might send you down the wrong path, because for very long stretches, San Diego looked very good against Dortmund, and they did create a lot of really good chances right in front of the net. Unfortunately, they just couldn't finish, and it's very easy to say, well, that's the difference maybe. USL teams, a team like Dortmund, who nearly won their league coming down to the final day, and clearly an amazing club. Those are the differences between the two teams. And San Diego, I was surprised, didn't come away with at least one goal. It looked like they could have had 2 or 3 earlier this week.
Yeah, that first half, they could have had, I would think, 3 goals. That have been opportunities early on. Here is Tumimo Shaban. Off the change in possession, a nice sliding stop. Jimmy recovering. James Musa there defensively for Colorado Springs.
I was also curious how San Diego were going to attack that match Thursday night. Were they going to put out a lineup that we would see normally in a league match? Are you going to put out your normal starting 11 and throw them out there for 80 minutes? How would you treat that match? Instead, we saw a lot of changes, a lot of subs, essentially 2 different teams in 2 different halves. And that's how San Diego approached it. And the reason to do that is because it sets you up for this game today. It still puts you in a good position to play same week on a Sunday against a very good team in Colorado Springs. You don't feel like that match Thursday is really taking away too much from you today.
You buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else, all at the SD Loyal shop. You can head online to the shop.sdloyal.com, or you can visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. We got a whistle here. It's going to be a card and a restart from just outside the box for San Diego.
Well, we keep talking about them for a reason, and San Diego continues to push the ball on that side of the field for a reason as well. They want to get Perez the ball. They want to see what he's able to do, what he's able to create, and this is what he's able to create just outside the box. Very close to being a penalty, but San Diego in a great spot now. We'll see what they do. We'll see how they set this up. There's a couple ways they can attack it from this position. They've had a few chances already. We haven't even played 20 minutes, and we've seen Colorado Springs with the best chance between the two teams. But San Diego, they continue to have their opportunities, and here's another one.
Joe Corona and Charlie Adams standing over for San Diego. Here in the 17th. It'll be Adams who swings it in. It's headed high, and it will be a corner for San Diego.
Not a bad idea. Came in a little bit lower than he had wanted. First defender with the opportunity to clear it was able to do so, get ahead on it. But another corner kick for San Diego.
It's already a 3rd corner of the match for Loyal in this one. Colorado Springs has had one great opportunity with Foster in front of net. A 3rd corner is swung in, going back post. Guzman was there for San Diego. Will again be another corner, so a 4th now for Loyal.
Well, this is what you'll sign up for if you're San Diego. Keep getting these opportunities. Eventually a good thing will happen, especially with the amount of talent that they have. Switch sides this time, see what Joe Corona can deliver.
So another set of back-to-back corners. Low line drive corner. Flying back out for Bodley. A chance for Colorado Springs to try and push things at least away from their net.
Bodley did a very good job of getting back in plenty of time to slow down the attack for Colorado Springs.
stepping in front and all the way back for Koke Vegas, who of course plays so well out beyond the 18-yard box.
And we saw a lot of that this week at Snapdragon Stadium. Koke Vegas was playing very far up, and San Diego putting on an absolute clinic at times when it came to the press. I know they left a very positive impression, not just with Dortmund and the team and the club itself, but also you see the reaction from media in Germany and supporters of the club just talking about the way that San Diego attacked that game, and specifically how Koke Vegas was able to approach certain things. They don't always see that approach, but they did see it this week in San Diego.
Adams looking for a cross. So we're out for a San Diego throw in. And there was that great stretch in the first 15-20 minutes or so where Vegas is pushing out from nets, San Diego's pressing up top. There were opportunities to be had. It's a great showing.
And I just love the confidence being able to say, this is how we're going to do it against this team.
Wow. What a chance for Conway. He goes for the bicycle kick, and it's just high.
Well, we would have seen that highlight over and over again, no question about it. Conway getting an opportunity. It just flicks straight up, and he says, why not give it a go? Pretty good strike on it. Obviously, you want it lower. But you can only control so much in those situations.
Yeah, and many times when you go for a shot like that, it flies way high, but it's a decent opportunity just over net.
Head it the right direction. You're only about an inch away off the ball from making sure that one is going in. He was very close to putting that into the back of the net. Conway had an amazing opportunity to score against Dortmund earlier this week.
And it's just headed away. It was headed away from the keeper and then cleared. And then we have a collision here. Looked like Jonas Feldberg hits Blake Bodley, so we'll stop play and check in.
Yeah, those two collided, going down immediately, so that will stop the game. We were referencing Evan Conway and the opportunity he had against Dortmund. You obviously don't want to miss those moments. He had a great look right in front, missed the ball, but you don't always know how players will react to a moment like that. And later on, I can promise you that he was very, very good and had a lot of fun with it.
When it comes to our familia, we all have our own flavor and expression. At Tequila de Corralejo, we believe sharing our individuality is what makes gathering together so fun. Here's to those who stand tall and share their passion.
And I don't remember the exact phrasing that Conway used when talking about it, but when he did come back onto the field for the second half getting ready, he was like, how about the guy who missed that wide open shot right in front of the net? So having some fun with himself instead of just letting it really eat at him. I thought it was a pretty positive approach. I thought it was really funny the way he handled it. But a good opportunity. And of course, as we're just waiting for play to resume, that match is a match you're going to remember if you're a loyal supporter for years. Like, that is a match you're going to talk about for a very, very long time. The opportunity you had to take on Dortmund in San Diego. It just really doesn't get much bigger than that.
And of course, it's evidenced by the bicycle attempt. He's not wanting for future chances after that as well. It's great to see. Both Bodley and Feldberg are back on. So that's great to see. They gave each other a handshake coming back on. So everybody's at full strength now coming out of the stoppage. And we'll get an offside call on Malik Foster, who had that great run to net earlier.
Yeah, don't blame Colorado Springs trying to push the ball to Foster on that side. We've seen how dangerous he's been able to be already in this game.
You buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. It's all the SD Loyal shop. Head online, the shop.sdloyal.com, or visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. San Diego and the Torrey Greens here today. Those amazing mint blue, ocean-inspired third kits. Koke Vegas in the purple. Goalkeeper's outfit. It's great stuff here from Charlie and everywhere else.
It's nice to see these kits again. It's been a while since we've been here at Torero Stadium playing in a home match. Back to early June, as you brought up earlier on in the broadcast. So not many opportunities to wear these.
Bodley and Conway with a couple of opportunities. San Diego's dominated possession here. Adams will send it in again. Corona heads it high. And it will be a corner again for Loyal, their 5th of the match.
So good work from San Diego. They will get this corner. Really good idea from Charlie Adams, delivering a good ball in right at Corona. Obviously the defender able to get ahead to it. But that is a very dangerous pass, and we know that Joe Corona is more than capable of putting those away.
Here he comes with it. Punch free, falls right to Martin. And this one falls high. San Diego been asking for a possible penalty, but it goes as a goal kick. Coming high as Martin had it fall to him.
Martin definitely wants an explanation as to why he was not awarded a penalty in that spot. He has had a huge impact on this game, clearly clearing it earlier on, saving a goal, keeping it scoreless. And that was very close to setting up a penalty kick for San Diego.
Well, Loyal had the vast majority of possession, or even though Colorado Springs has had that one great opportunity from Foster, it's been nearly all possession for Loyal, and even more so in the attacking half of the field as well.
Yeah, it's a brand new turf, but one side of the field is definitely being eaten up a little bit more than the other side at the moment. Even with all that said, and San Diego getting more chances, it doesn't change the fact that Colorado Springs has had the best chance so far in this match, the best look. It is a tad surprising that we're still scoreless. We've seen several good opportunities.
Single match tickets are now on sale. They start just $15, including the next home match here at Torero Stadium, which is coming right up. Remember, several in a row for San Diego. The next one at home is Saturday the 5th, 7 o'clock against Orange County. It's Pride Night presented by San Diego Gas and Electric. Visit sdloyal.com/tickets for all the info. Saturday, August 5th, right back here at home. With single match tickets starting at just $15 for the San Diego Loyal.
Something to pay attention to right now for San Diego, Blake Bodley. Not exactly moving around easily right now. He has quite the limp. I think it's grabbed the attention of Coach Nate Miller. He might be forced into some kind of change. It looks like for now Bodley is going to stay on the field. But that tackle was the last thing he wanted to deal with right now.
Yeah, he's getting up slow here. It is a very hot, humid day in Southern California. Haven't had any rain for this match, but the monsoon is certainly pushing us towards 70% humidity today. And near 80-degree temperatures even in Linda Vista, where we're overlooking the Pacific Ocean from Torero Stadium.
It was mostly overcast during the warm-ups, but as soon as this game kicked off, the sun came out, and you can feel the humidity as soon as we kicked off. I'm not sure what happened with Bodley. Maybe he just took a shot to the thigh. It looks like he has no interest in coming off. But he's
back.
Clearly confident enough that he can continue.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there limping and all. He could have been just a bruise. We'll see. And that's what you hope for. Bodley's been so good on the wing for San Diego all season long. 3 goals this year. And 2 of them against Colorado Springs 2 weeks ago in the 9th and the 30th minutes. 2/3 of his scoring output on the season against this team.
Yeah, talking with a few people after the match against Dortmund earlier this week, Blake Bodley was a name that was brought up quite a bit, the way he performed in that one. For a lot of people, he was the player to watch for San Diego because of the way he performed. He looked really good. He looked like he belonged out there. He impressed a lot of people.
Perez driving his way in. Conway back for Guzman. There is Bodley, making a sliding stop toward it, maintaining possession.
Bodley is moving better than what we saw a few moments ago.
It's almost like he's saving it up and then bursting forward. There he is. Guzman will play it back. The 2023 Charlie Football Home Away Goalkeeper and 8-bit, that third kit, all on sale now. Visit the shop at sdloyal.com to get yours today. All the Charlie collection now on sale. Gilberg. And there is Bodley with a sliding stop.
Really good atmosphere here at Torero Stadium already. It's just been so long since we've been here, so it is nice being back in San Diego, seeing Loyal play at home, and then hearing the locals and Chavos, of course.
And this is a game that was moved because of that Borussia Dortmund friendly, so it was moved by a day. Sunday afternoon, great crowd on hand though. Moshe Ban, and he draws the contact, so it'll be a restart. Nearly straight away and looking on net.
This will be another good look for San Diego. They've had a few good setups right around the box. Here's another one. They have not resulted in a goal yet, but what we've seen so far, these tend to result in a few corner kicks, and you keep giving yourself those kind of chances, and chances like this right here. You're doing good things, and you're going to put yourself in a position to score. It doesn't feel like if, it does feel more like when at this point. But it is still scoreless after 30 minutes. But keep getting these chances. You're in a good spot.
Charlie Adams took the last direct free kick for San Diego a few moments ago. Corona has scored on a free kick already this season.
It is a good point. This was a match that was moved a day, and not too long ago.
Yeah.
And originally scheduled for Saturday. It would have been too close to that Dortmund match that was played Thursday at Snapdragon, so they did move it back a day. Even with that, really good crowd here at Torero.
Corona goes into the wall, and we're going to immediately call out the medical staff. So Colorado Springs sacrificing against the very hard target from Joe Corona, who, as mentioned, has already scored on a play like that this season.
What happened? Got it right in the face. The ball hit him in the face? The ball hit him in the face. Stood there and turned his head and just took it right in the face. Where did he block it?
And great to see. So everybody up and running there. San Diego is right back at home at Torero Stadium on Saturday, August 5th. 7 o'clock contest that Saturday night. Next home match to take on Western Conference rival Orange County. It's Pride Night, brought to you by San Diego Gas and Electric. sdloyal.com/tickets. You can call 858-465-GOAL to buy the Pride Night ticket and hat package benefiting San Diego Pride. 858-465-GOAL. sdloyal.com/tickets this coming Saturday.
That was a rocket from Joe Corona.
Boy.
We've seen a few come in just a little bit lower than they want. San Diego had a free kick a little bit earlier on. First defender in front was able to get to it and clear it. And obviously in that moment, Joe Corona's shot wanted to get it up and over the line.
Andrew Skundrich is back on for Colorado Springs, so that is awesome to see.
Yes.
Still scoreless here into the 33rd. San Diego and Colorado Springs, two of the teams that right now are in the top 8 to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. A lot of teams in the middle of that pack, though San Diego's a couple of games in hand. And plenty here at home the month of August and into Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, these are two teams that would be in the postseason in the playoffs if the season ended today, but there are a lot of very talented clubs just hovering around.
Yeah, some
teams sitting right below on the table. A lot of talent there as well. So these are two clubs that will have to continue to fight and do well towards the end of the season if they want to be playing in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're not going to be able just to cruise
Yes.
down to the finish line. I don't think that's the setup this year.
No, because you've got all kinds of things to think about with 8 teams going in, home field advantage, seeding, and these are two of the teams that are going to be right in the mix toward the end of the year. the switch for Perez. It's cut off nicely. It's Musa. And now we've got another collision and injury. We've had several of these in this first half. Musa had a whole lot of steam built up after he intercepted that pass. Musa sitting on a yellow here.
And that's the note to watch right here. Does a card come out? Guzman for San Diego, the very first thing he did was look over to see if a second yellow would be coming out, what the reaction would be. I haven't seen it yet.
Picked up a yellow in the 16th. This would be a late slide, would be the call if on the collision with Camden Riley. He's made such a wonderful effort to get to the ball first and then had built up all that momentum.
And obviously a red card part of the story. The last time these two clubs met, it looks like Colorado Springs will be able to avoid that same outcome here.
It does appear that way. I mean, it's really close, and that would have been, the 34th minute would have been another game-changing red. But it goes as a regular foul, and we're back at it.
Yeah, it would have changed the dynamic of this game completely, because if you're Colorado Springs, maybe you haven't had as many chances as San Diego, but you haven't given up any goals either. And at this point of the game, last time these two played, there were plenty of goals already. So I think for Colorado Springs, maybe, yes, we need to produce more. We need to be able to set up more opportunities. But the good news is San Diego hasn't scored quite yet.
If you're looking for flexibility and a great deal on your San Diego Loyal tickets, you can select 3 or more of the remaining home matches the rest of 2023 and enjoy some exclusive benefits here at Torero Stadium. SDLoyal.com/tickets. Lock in your flex plan here today. That is 3 or more of the remaining home matches. 5 of the next 6 after today here at home, and more after that.
We're hoping the field looks just like it will after 5, 6 straight matches. I think it will.
It's awesome.
It will look very good.
And as ahead for Moshoban. Toomey swings it in. Colorado Springs able to avoid it for the moment. Guzman, though, recaptures possession. Bodley. Down the line and finally out, it will go to Colorado Springs.
Really good ball down the line.
Mahoney, the captain. Musso is playing on that yellow. Skundrich. They go back and rotating side to side for Colorado Springs. Speedy Williams playing his 200th USL Championship match today. Great career. Perhaps the first long extended possession we have seen for Switchbacks in this contest, despite that great look from Malik Foster in front of the San Diego nets. This is a good, sustained, open look, and they'll switch. Gilbert. A sliding stop by Guzman. This is going to be a corner for the first time for Colorado Springs. Guzman maybe get the wing knocked out of him there a little bit. Taking one for the team. We've seen both sides do this.
Really good work from Guzman to get back, be in position to slow this down. Bodley was doing his best to get back as quickly as he could. Guzman is there. Throws himself right in front of it. haven't seen many corners for Colorado Springs.
This will be the first. Swung in and headed high from Mahoney, so that's their first opportunity.
And if you're Colorado Springs, that's exactly what you want to see a little bit more of, right? You want to create more chances. That's the latest chance. Get your first corner. The way they come into San Diego and leave with 3 points is finding your rhythm, finding your footing in this match, making sure San Diego doesn't score a goal or two while that process is happening, and set yourself up to potentially find a goal first or second half. But odds are it would be coming in the second half. That's what you want to do. You want to find your footing, prepare yourself for something like that. That's how it's working so far for Colorado Springs. They're going to want to get more opportunities, more chances than what we've seen. They've had a great one, and now that one corner kick. Keep building on that, and they'll put themselves in a spot where they could come away with all 3 today.
San Diego doing a throw in back to a center back playing keeper. That's how high up Coque Vegas is.
It's just such a different look. You're just not going to see it anywhere else. Teams they're forced to go against something that they don't see in practice very often.
He's out near the midfield line now as Guzman starts the build-up. So we go to San Diego.
It feels like this has been the side of the field where San Diego has been more dangerous so far in the first half. I think Perez has a lot to do with that.
Bodley. And a fall to Corona, who goes low and in! San Diego with the first strike of the day, Joe Corona.
San Diego's Joe Corona with an absolute rocket. Teed up, squares up, and he blasted it. You give a player like Joe Corona an opportunity like that, these are the things that tend to happen. He is so good. And we haven't seen a lot of goals from Joe Corona. He gets asked to do a lot of things for San Diego. Mix in a few of these throughout the year, and that's exactly what you want.
Absolute missile from Joe Corona. It's going to go through traffic here, actually off of the hand of Kuzminski and into net for Corona. His 3rd of the season for San Diego. An undeniable rocket shot.
We saw the power from the free kick a couple moments ago. You can see how hard he's able to connect, and he got an opportunity with a little bit of space, just a small window to put it through, and he was able to sweep it right through all of it.
I mean, the power to do that through the kind of very small window that was provided. Incredible. So San Diego with an early advantage now. Fjellberg. Well, the touchline will get a cross away and will go all the way through for Colorado Springs. So San Diego on the strength of the 3rd official USL goal of the season for Joe Corona, though he has been impactful in the US Open Cup as well.
He's just been so good for San Diego. You know, like the impact he makes, the tone he sets, and the influence he has with his teammates on the match itself, what he's able to do to opponents, change the way they want to play. And then from time to time, you get an opportunity like he got, showcase the power in that leg, blast one home. That's why Joe Corona is here in San Diego, and it's why he gets all the minutes that he does.
Blocking run here. Chapman back for Fjellberg. The top of the box. And chipped high. San Diego's defense had collapsed nicely to force what should have been a perhaps open shot. Instead, wound up being a pass and a high attempt.
And we're seeing more chances for Colorado Springs as we go on later in this first half. Now we're getting close to halftime. If they find a goal before the break, that does change the field, doesn't it? 1-1 going into the break will completely change how Colorado Springs is feeling as they're sitting through halftime. But time is running out, and if San Diego can go to the break with that Joe Corona goal and with the chances they've had, they're going to feel pretty good about themselves.
San Diego's new 8-bit kits, their third kit available now to purchase online, inspired by retro gaming and California fun. SD Loyal and Charlie Football's latest kit features an 8-bit design, SD Loyal secondary logo for the first time. Get yours now online at theshop.sdloyal.com. Theshop.sdloyal.com. Stay loyal. Everybody's going to home run from Charlie, but that kit impressive as well. Adams knocked down.
San Diego will be more than happy getting to the break up by a goal.
And by possession, they've earned it. But Colorado Springs has been dangerous. Riley with a sliding stop. He's going to get a card for it. So Camden Riley with the card here. Juan Tejeda. Tejeda actually had that goal last week against Phoenix. His third of the season. He's the one taken down. Riley gets the card. It's the first for San Diego.
It's easy to wonder if Riley felt like he needed to go in with a challenge to make sure no shot was going to happen. I know he's not exactly close to the net, but Koke Vegas plays very far out in those moments, and you give it away in that spot and the ball just rolls to the middle of the field. It does put yourself in a position where a long shot could go in. So I do wonder if that dynamic of the play is what really caused that kind of foul.
High restart, high line from San Diego. Sent in by Speedy Williams. Chapman chipping it in. Ryan tracks it down, and Tejeda as it go out. It'll be a goal kick for San Diego. Four minutes of stoppage time announced.
Pretty healthy number for a first half, but we have had to stop play a few times. So it does make sense, but 4 minutes, that's enough time for an additional goal here in the opening half.
That is good. Let stays with it, keeps it into the 18. Go out for a San Diego corner.
And it looked like Perez was going to take the opportunity and take advantage of the extra time here. Making a strong run, and we've seen him score with these kind of runs recently.
Just lets it go right by him, beautifully carries it all the way down to the touchline.
If we do find a goal from either side before the break, it really does change everything, right? 2-0 going into a break versus 1-1. That's a very different type of match.
Another San Diego corner, dominated the category, swung in. Ilfana Perez. And this will be a San Diego throw-in this time.
Perez did a very good job of keeping the ball low. He tried to bounce it, use the turf to his advantage, send it in a direction that maybe the goalkeeper wouldn't be ready for. We saw him do it with his goal at Colorado Springs, and even earlier actually on that road trip. We've seen him do it before. We've seen him score that way.
Just went near post. So Shaban, 2 defenders collapsing on him.
Toomey, one of the players that had a very good look early on in this half as well. Very dangerous.
Again, we're into stoppage time here, so 4 minutes. Toronto had the power shot earlier. Bodley. a delayed foul call. The official was playing advantage early on for Colorado Springs, but now brings it back.
About that battle between Stoneman and Foster. It's not the last time we're going to see those two really compete.
Foster scored twice in the season, almost had his 30, carried it in front of net in the early moments of this contest. Down for a San Diego goal kick.
I don't know if any changes will be made for either side at the break. The weather, I think, will be a factor in the second half. I think it is something to watch for. Enough humidity, temperatures up there enough to wonder how it will impact the second half, but we'll see if we get any changes here after the opening 45.
Well, San Diego with a Joe Corona strike, an absolute missile from Corona through the Colorado Springs defense. Has given us a 1-goal-to-none advantage for San Diego after our first 45 today. Loyal and Colorado Springs matching up for the second time in 2 weeks. It's Corona's third of the year. It's given Loyal the advantage. Warm, humid day. San Diego, after some great early opportunities, finally had Corona break through. Late in the first half, we're coming on back to Torero Stadium, 1-goal-to-none. Favor of San Diego.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all of your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
And yet another diving save by Koke Vegas. What a game, huh?
I don't know. I'm so worried about my investments, I can't think of anything else.
You know, you should let the professionals at Lucia Capital Group handle your investments for you.
Lucia Capital Group?
That's what I said. They've got investment advice and more right here in San Diego.
So I can let them handle my investments, and I can actually pay attention to what's going on the pitch.
Yes, you can do your job. Look out!
Lucia Capital Group. Investments, planning, and more. Go to lucialoyal.com.
This tiny payment thing
is a giant pain. Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help?
How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules,
And customize orders?
That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there?
We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help.
Huge.
Jumbo. Ginormous.
Woo! Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
Halftime coverage brought to you by Blue Peak Credit Union, San Diego, and Colorado Springs here this afternoon. As Loyal begin a long stretch, 6 out of 7 at home here with this one against the Switchbacks. Our hero of the match here today is Captain Michelle Cabrera of the United States Air Force, originally from San Diego and a graduate of San Diego State University. Captain Cabrera was commissioned in May of 2017. He served at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska, as well as Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, for reporting to his current assignment as an instructor at Air Force ROTC Detachment 75 at San Diego State University, his alma mater. Captain Cabrera, thank you, our hero of the match. We'll continue on here, halftime coverage around the USL next from San Diego and Torero Stadium.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer, bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Colorado Springs, Enriquez, header down Orford! Jimmy Orford gets one back for Colorado Springs!
Well, on the goal line, that second one finds Twine! And Philip Goodrum in the 89th minute with the potential game-winning goal!
San Diego and Colorado Springs halftime coverage brought to you by Blue Peak Credit Union. This is the only match today across the USL Championship, wrapping up a great week of soccer and this Sunday afternoon contest from Torero Stadium as we go around the league. In fact, Colorado Springs will be on ESPN, an ESPN2 contest against FC Tulsa on August 9th. Jordan, that's coming up quickly.
That is coming up very quickly. They'll have one match between that one coming up on ESPN2. They'll still play Birmingham, but we're getting to that point of the season. We are there, Jack, where you're starting to look at how many matches are left. We're getting a little bit closer to the postseason. You're starting to pay attention a little bit more to these scores and what's happening and how the league's actually shaping up.
Absolutely. By the way, congratulations to Tampa Bay. Their coaching tree has been fantastic. Nicky Law now taking over. Now, these are the scores from yesterday. Everybody else played. San Diego and Colorado Springs here today. Orange County is up next year, coming to Torero Stadium. They got a big win over New Mexico.
We will see Orange County here in San Diego next weekend. Coming off that win, the team out west everyone's paying attention to right now, Sacramento getting all 3 points against Las Vegas. That's a team that has struggled this year, but Sacramento, of course, they just continue to impress.
Sacramento and San Antonio both with 3 points their last time out. We are at halftime from Torero Stadium here today. San Diego and Colorado Springs coming your way.
This is why these kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail, and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
Lucia Capital Group is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Loyal, and we've been loyal to the San Diego community for more than 40 years. Investing is complicated. Lucia Capital Group is here to devise a customized game plan for you designed to kick your investment strategy to the next level. On the soccer field, you can't win without a plan. In the investment world, your strategy is your plan. Do not get left on the sidelines. Lucia Capital Group, investing, planning, and much more. Go to lucialoyal.com.
Each day, I commit to strive and to lift, knowing hardships will come. But I will persist like the sun, rising, though knowing it sets. I will rise and win the day. My day. Symbiotica. Win your day.
Yes, cameraman.
Oh, you mic'd up.
Mic'd up today, mate.
Congratulations to me.
I'm over here, fam. You trying to be my bestie today?
Put the band on.
They're just gonna hear me breathe today. They're gonna hear me breathe the whole session.
It's gonna be an ASMR.
Huh?
Sumi breathing video.
Ready and go.
I see. I'll be doing meditation.
Yes, up you go.
Come. Yes. Yes, Ev. You gotta move. Yes, Ev. Forgot. No one noticed. Go. Run.
Yeah, look at him. I infected him.
Little friendly wager on it?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
What do you think?
Something at the airport.
Buy coffee.
Coffee? So, losing 2 by the winning 2.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yep.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Academy!
Yes!
Come on, two! Touch 2!
That's a goal!
That's a half! That's a half a coffee, it's an espresso!
One more! Yes, Coque! Yes! And a biscuit.
San Diego at the break. Joe Corona with an absolute rocket in the 41st minute. Threw everybody to give San Diego the advantage here at halftime. Let's get to our first half highlights that are brought to you by the Rincon Tribe. And San Diego early on had to resort to a little bit of defense to keep this one even.
This was a very scary moment for San Diego early on in this match. A great moment for Colorado Springs. For a long time, it was the best opportunity in the match up until later. The hustle from Colin Martin to get back and right there able to get a foot to it, clear it. That's exactly what San Diego needed in that spot, and that was the reason it was scoreless beyond 30 minutes.
Well, and then Evan Conway had an interesting opportunity here. He had so many against Borussia Dortmund. How about this one?
This is a great opportunity, just popping straight up. Corona had to go off of him. Conway gave it a go, didn't he? We'll see what happens throughout the bicycle kick opportunity. Really good connection. He really is just missing that by an inch or two, and it's going to be low enough to be on target.
And then this is the goal from Corona, the power on this one.
He is able to use his chest, put it right back in front of him, go to the power foot, blast it through that window. Yes, a little touch, but what is that touch going to do? Not much. Corona, the only goal so far in the match, and very much deserved.
1-0 San Diego. Our first half stats are brought to you by iThrive MD, the official partner of the San Diego Loyal.
Obviously, possession stands out. San Diego, something we talked about throughout that first half. It felt like San Diego was keeping the ball on their side of the field for a good amount of time. Here are the numbers to back it up. 62% possession, 11 shots. Now only 1 on target. You want that to change, but 11 shots. That's a very, very good indication of where they are.
So San Diego with the 1-goal-to-none advantage as they take on Colorado Springs here. We are now joined in the broadcast booth just ahead of our second half start by Rear Admiral Brad Rosen of the United States Navy, who is just a few seconds ago on the field here at Torero Stadium, administered the oath of enlistment to about 100 members of now our new armed forces across all branches here, including the Navy, in San Diego. Admiral Rosen, thank you very much for your time. How did that go, and what does it mean to you to swear in these young folks?
I think it's wonderful. It's a great opportunity for me. I'm very appreciative of the Loyals' opportunity to do this, and to bring 100 young Americans who are willing to raise their right hand and support and defend the Constitution of the United States. It really makes me feel good inside about the future of our country and the future of our armed forces.
So what do people see there? I mean, as you said, this is that final step before we're getting ready to go.
It is, absolutely, and I was told we had branches from members from all branches of the service, and some of them are getting on a bus tomorrow and heading off to boot camp. So they're in for quite an adventure over the next couple years, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little bit envious. I would trade places with them in a heartbeat.
Wow, and for everything you've seen throughout your career, to say that, that's what their journey is all about.
Absolutely. For me, I've been in over 30 years. It's been a wonderful life for me and my family, the experiences I've had, the opportunities that were presented to me by the Navy. I consider myself definitely blessed to have done all of that.
So for folks here, obviously we appreciate what the Navy and members of the military do for us here in San Diego. What does it mean to you to be in a town like this, to have this kind of community behind you?
It's truly amazing. San Diego is a great military city, certainly a great Navy town. We have about 80,000 personnel stationed here. We represent about 25% of the entire Navy. 60% of the Pacific Fleet is stationed here in San Diego, and we generate about 25% of the income for the community, which equates to about $55 billion. So the support that we get from the community is really unmatched anywhere else in the nation.
Incredible stuff. 25% of the Navy right here in San Diego across all of our facilities, all the bases we have here. Incredible to see. Now, for these folks, like you mentioned, it was all branches, too. It wasn't just Navy Marines. It was all branches here, and they're going to go out to their assignments.
Absolutely. They're going to all head off to boot camp in the coming weeks, and then go through their initial training, and then head off to their respective branches and whatever career field they're entering into.
San Diego with the early possession here. We're joined by Rear Admiral Brad Rosen of the United States Navy as we get the second half started, and Corona very nearly misses his second goal of the match. An incredible strike for San Diego. After this contest, Admiral, we're also going to have a little bit of a match as well here on the military side. What do you think?
There's not a doubt in my mind that the Naval Base San Diego team is going to prevail over the Marines at Miramar. Sitting behind me today is the commanding officer of Naval Base San Diego, Captain Bob Healy, and I know he really laid the gauntlet down for his team to bring back home a win this year.
Very, very cool. Thank you for what you guys do. Thank you for being here today and for showing folks what that oath means to us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Admiral Brad Rosen joining us here on the broadcast in San Diego, and Colorado Springs get going in our second half here from Torero Stadium. Joe Corona very nearly has his second strike of this contest. And it's a 1-0 advantage. Blake Bodley is back out there for Loyal. This one up for Perez, and just headed into the hands of Joe Kosminski. So Bodley looked like he picked up a bit of a knock in that first half, but was really playing through it nicely, and he showed a good burst there. Put a nice cross on it, and San Diego with another early opportunity. As the Loyal get back on the defensive end. So Jordan Carruth, afterwards in this Military Appreciation Day, we'll have the Battle of the Bases, MCAS Miramar and Naval Base San Diego. Marines won last year. I know the Admiral and the commanding officers there, they're all looking forward to it after this.
They remember it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, how can you forget? You get the revenge opportunity, a flyover today before the match started. What a moment that was. I was unaware that was coming. That was a surprise to me. A very pleasant one. Kind of rattled the press box a little bit.
It was a helicopter from Naval Station North Island that just came over to Torero Stadium. It was awesome to see some Military Appreciation Day. Every day is one just like that in this community. But it's great to see you on the pitch as well.
Very much so. And here we are into the second half. San Diego finding a way to score in that first half. But that doesn't mean Colorado Springs didn't have their opportunities. we have seen them create here in this match, and that's what they're looking to continue to do. But San Diego, they're going to continue to be a threat.
Perez has it fall back to him, keeps it alive. It was just a step out of Moshoban. Now Toomey again. With 3 defenders all over him. So guys, the San Diego throw.
Incredible work from Toomey there, able to keep possession, battle all the way into the corner, keep it alive, and then find a way to keep possession for San Diego. Love watching Loyal going in this direction, right in front of the locals.
There was a sub at halftime for Colorado Springs with James Musa playing on a yellow card. He's been subbed out, and Steven Echeverria is in now. He's got 3 goals on the season for Switchbacks, so that was the only sub at half for Colorado Springs, but does take Musa out, who had a yellow and nearly had his second one in that first half.
And that's just it. Had the yellow card, and not only did he have a yellow, we've already seen him put himself in a situation where he could have been sent off with a second yellow. Change had to be made. That's the change Colorado Springs make. Nothing for San Diego yet. We'll definitely see some changes as this one goes on, but it seemed like the right move for Colorado Springs.
So we move on to the second half. San Diego with the 41st minute goal from Joe Corona. The advantage so far. Here is Echeverria into his first touch of this second half. San Diego will take back over. Perez. And to the official. Get a restart here from.
Tad unfortunate for San Diego, moving it forward, had Joe Corona wide open, and you know Corona can distribute with the best of them.
Elijo Araguin, our referee today, says, okay, we start that.
One player to watch here in the second half for San Diego is Blake Bodley.
Yeah.
Saw him, not exactly sure what he's dealing with, but he was dealing with a limp for a good stretch of time in that first half, able to continue and perform well. But we'll see how far he'll be able to go in a game like today, especially with the weather and the humidity where it is.
We were near 80 degrees and near 70% humidity at kick today, which is at 3 o'clock Pacific times. Here is Bodley. He's able to get a shot off. Kosminski is there.
Like Conway really had to fight to be able to get through. No whistle, no foul. Good defending. Wasn't easy for Conway.
Speedy Williams pushing through with a great ball. Ahead for Foster as Koke Vegas, who comes out high. Vegas is back in net. A great opportunity for Colorado Springs. Riley heads it away. But how about Koke Vegas coming off the line to make the save?
Huge, and what a pass it was, and the flag goes up, so this will stop the threat for Colorado Springs. What a ball from Colorado Springs to get themselves in position. It forced Koke Vegas to make an incredible play, and that's exactly what he was able to do. But none of it would even matter without this initial pass. Saw a small window and was able to place it right through. And Foster, he's going to score a lot of those, and once again we see him come up short in this moment. But Colorado Springs getting another opportunity. That one great as well. They had an amazing one in the first half. They are threatening. They can score today, and that should only prove for San Diego to want to continue to score as well. Continue to push forward, look for that second goal, because the way this has gone in the first 50-plus minutes, I don't know if one goal is going to be enough.
Some great touch passing there for San Diego, but just a step ahead of Moshoban. Well, you're right. That ball through from Speedy Williams. Foster, who already had one opportunity in the first half on the receiving end with another great chance, but Koke Vegas coming out and going high into the 18 to make the stop. Here's Foster one more time. Dispossessed, and you will play it back for Vegas. Williams with that great through ball earlier. Stoneman heads it free. Corona.
It's just so fun watching Corona dance his way through the midfield, redirect the ball, just keep possession. And he just makes everything look so effortless. Good pass.
Tejada goes long range here. Vegas will make the stop. Juan Tejada looking to make it 2 matches in a row. But Koke Vegas with his second big save of the second half.
And not the most difficult save that he's had to make so far today, but those kind of shots are important. Colorado Springs wants to continue to put themselves in a spot. Even if those shots aren't going top right corner, bottom left, placing them, you at least want to force Koke Vegas to make some plays out there and to stop them.
Grant Stoneman is down now for San Diego. So he'll be tended to on the Loyal side after the shot from Juan Tejada.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion, because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Grant Stoneman back up for San Diego.
Stoneman has had a couple of big moments in this match so far today. Most recently, he was able to head away a pretty good pass into the box, clear that out, stopped a really good chance from Colorado Springs much earlier back in the first half. We've seen it sprinkled in all over for San Diego today. A little bit of Grant Stoneman. We've seen Colin Martin make huge plays. Koke Vegas has made huge stops. And of course, the goal for San Diego from Joe Corona.
And Stoneman is back on for Loyal, so we're at full strength on both sides. You see Grant bounce right back up. So back at it in the 57th at 1-0 in favor of San Diego. Fieldberg. Foster, and broken up by Camden Riley.
Really good confidence there. Step forward, get a foot to it, clear it away. You can't get those moments wrong, and he didn't.
Speedy Williams starting another build-up in his 200th career USL game. That great through ball earlier. Here he is again. Chipping it forward, looking for Foster. And Riley bats it away.
Good job keeping his composure right there. There's a lot going on around him. Able to stay focused and clear it once again.
Bodley from Guzman. This will go to Colorado Springs. Riley high in the air there, but makes the stop.
I can't move that way. If I tried that.
That's a great call. San Diego Loyal returning home to Torero Stadium for their next USL Championship match. It's Saturday, August 5th. This coming Saturday night, 7 p.m. against Orange County. Pride Night presented by San Diego Gas and Electric. Right back at it at Torero Stadium. Now the touchline for Foster. Vegas. We get a piece of it. Now Colin Martin, who had that great clearance in the first half in the 10th minute to save a goal. There's this one away.
And those moments are the differences a lot of times between 3 points or just one, or sometimes coming away with no points. It's clearly a moment that has separated these two clubs today.
Cross, Tejada sends it down and low, and Vegas is there. Hit with pace.
A lot of power in that shot. No doubt about that. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working early on. We're seeing Colorado Springs get more and more chances. They're getting closer to that first goal.
Well, it started with Vegas making the save on Foster, and then watch how strong this is hit and low.
Not an easy stop for Koke Vegas to make, but able to get both hands on it, secure it, keep it with him. A good, strong grip, making sure that ball didn't slip through, roll into the net. San Diego's defense getting tested more and more this half than they were in the first half. But they've lived up to those moments so far.
There's your goalkeeper swinging out wide.
San Diego's just so comfortable with it. Like it really doesn't look like it's something out of the ordinary. But you won't see many teams do it. I do think San Diego wants to keep getting Perez involved as much as possible. He had a lot of really good moments in that first half. Toomey also had a pretty good look. San Diego, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen them play here at Torero Stadium, right? Which means they haven't been able to score in front of the locals in quite some time. You have to go back to mid-June for the last time San Diego's been able to score right in front of their supporters. So that is something I'm sure the locals sitting behind the opposing net right now are looking forward to do here in the second half.
Wadley with the cross, still alive in there. Corona back for Toomey. And he fires wide. Kosminski was caught.
Not quite Toomey time. It was close. He had a good look at it. Plenty of space to work with. It's the touch that was off.
A pass from Corona as well.
A perfect pass. It's exactly where you needed to put it.
Kosminski was caught, he couldn't pick it up. It was played back to him, and the ball was loose. Just near net. It falls to Foster, he's gonna take a shot at it. Now it's Tejada as well. Trying to play it wide for his right foot. Still with it, deflected and high, so another good look.
That's a dangerous deflection right there. San Diego fortunate not to have it redirect right towards the net. Koke Vegas, he's diving, he's leaving his feet, he's moving to his right. So with the redirect, he loses all control. No way he's going to be able to stop himself and his momentum to get back to where it goes, and San Diego catching a break for it not going on target.
Also have an injured player for Colorado Springs now, looks like Gilberg, who is down. So they will tend to him just inside the box. The single match tickets for San Diego the rest of the way are on sale. They start at just $15 a match. The next home contest right back here Saturday night the 5th, 7 p.m. against Orange County. Pride Night presented by San Diego Gas and Electric. SDLoyal.com/tickets for all the info.
So as we wait for play to resume, we were talking about how the locals, the supporter section, and Chavos, other supporters for San Diego Loyal, they're waiting to celebrate, right? They want to see one of their own score in front of that net. Well, Elijah Martin's unavailable today due to an injury, so clearly he's not going to be the one to score in front. But scanning social media during this broadcast, Jack, Elijah Martin has definitely made an appearance in that section playing drums. He is very involved today. You hear the noise in the background. Part of that noise, part of that drumming, at least for a good stretch, was coming from Elijah Martin.
How about that? There's a guy who's an all-time leader in minutes and games played. One of the original members of this team 4 years ago. And as he gets a breather for this match, out with the fans. Yeah, that's awesome. So we get a couple of substitutions now for Colorado Springs. Fjellberg did come off injured after that play. So Shane Beckford is going to come on. And into the contest, Jordan, for the first time here is Romario Williams, the leading scorer for Colorado Springs on the season, with 8 goals, entering for his first time today. He missed the Phoenix match after the red card he picked up in the 15th minute against San Diego. So he's really back for the first time in 2 matches. This one sent high and still alive in the box. Davis is almost coming out to it, was headed high. So Colorado Springs will maintain possession.
We had a feeling we would see Williams at some point today. We had enough confidence in that we made him the player to watch, and he wasn't even starting. But we did talk about this is one of those matches where if it goes the way you kind of expected, it should be close down the stretch. So who are the players that are going to finish this match? He's definitely someone who can leave a huge impact, and he could change things rather quickly. So to have him out on the field, and we've already seen Colorado Springs create more and more opportunities this half than they did in the first, it's a pretty good recipe for them.
Sitting on 49 career USL goals, 8 this season to lead Colorado Springs. And he comes in for Jairo Enriquez. That is the substitution. There are 2 of them in a row for Switchbacks. So 3 subs altogether for Colorado Springs this half, including the 2 recent ones.
I know Colorado Springs still playing from behind thanks to that Joe Corona goal, but this lineup doing much better, performing much better against San Diego than the lineup that they used a few weeks ago. And obviously the red card plays a factor, but San Diego able to score very early in that match, get a second goal before the red card even came, and then continue to add 3 more goals beyond that. They have to feel much more comfortable with this match today than what they had to experience at home against San Diego not too long ago.
And now we'll get our first subs for San Diego. A yellow card has been issued for Tumimo Shoban. It was after the play had been called for the foul. So Nate Miller is going to send in Ronaldo Damus and Alejandro Guido for Evan Conway and Tumimo Shoban, who've been playing up top for Loyal. Ronaldo coming in to be that target forward up top, and Guido coming in as number 10 for San Diego. The 2 substitutions, the first 2 of the match for Loyal. Now we've got another injury for San Diego. It looks like Grant Stoneman is down again. He was already down earlier, and he's going to come off. He's going to be subbed out for Loyal. And making his Loyal debut, Jordan, is Michael Shilaka out of Israel, just signed from Tel Aviv. And now in for San Diego, following his signing and coming to the USL.
Great moment for him, great moment for the club, getting his first opportunity, and here able to showcase the new signing in front of your home fans at Torero Stadium. Obviously, not the way you want to have to go in. Stoneman looks like he picked up a little bit of a knock, but great opportunity here. We've seen San Diego make some changes to their roster at this point of the year. They're trying to gear up for a very good, strong finish, but also be playing at the best that they can at the right time this year. So they make some changes, and this is just one of them to the roster, and clearly a change here in this match itself. We'll see that the impact he can make maybe immediately for SD Loyal.
So their high line for San Diego coming off the foul. The yellow for Moshe Banu, who's now out subbed for Loyal. So 3 substitutions for San Diego altogether. Chipped in, trying to go over that line, and Foster still with it. Vegas had come well out off the line.
And Guido did a really good job to get a foot on it and clear.
Now punched away by Vegas. Guido just into this match had the clearance for San Diego.
Yeah, talking about an immediate impact, that's what Alejandro Guido just had. Might make another.
Played through. Here's Williams. His first touch. Just go out for Colorado Springs.
Nate Miller must be happy with his back line, midfielders coming back, the way they've been able to stay so composed even though there's a lot of pressure coming their way. There's been a lot of moments in this match where they could have easily kind of just been in the wrong spot or looked the wrong way, and it could have resulted in a goal for Colorado Springs. They've done a good job of staying composed, even in those high leverage moments when a lot of things are happening in the box. Chances, shots, Koke Vegas moving around. They've been able to stay strong.
Williams, the flag is up here. Offside flag is up. First of the match there on Colorado Springs will go back the other way.
And just another moment for Colorado Springs, continuing to attack, but San Diego staying composed, holding their line.
San Diego introducing the Blue Peak Credit Union Lounge. While you can eat and drink, premium food and beverage options, exclusive viewing area, accessible only to Blue Peak Credit Union Lounge ticket holders only. All the information. Just add an additional $50 when you upgrade your tickets at checkout. Visit sdloyal.com/Blue Peak Lounge. The Blue Peak Credit Union Lounge here at Torero Stadium.
So 20 minutes left in this match. We see the changes that San Diego make. The players that come off, a lot of goals coming off, right? But you also put a lot of talent back on the field. Ronaldo out there for San Diego now. Alejandro Guido has been known to score a goal from time to time. So San Diego, they're going to continue to push, and Colorado Springs are going to continue to get their chances.
Foster again broken up by Riley. Malik Foster's had a nice match for Switchbacks. Into the 71st minute each side with 3 subs here. The substitutions made, it's really Ronaldo who's going to move up top for Loyal. A lot of support behind him. Hadley and Perez on the wings, Corona and Guido, Adams and Martin behind him in the midfield.
This is dangerous.
Beckford ahead, Williams. Flag stays down, Williams, and Vegas bats it away! What a stop from Koke Vegas!
He's been the man of the match so far for San Diego. He has just been so good. Colorado Springs continues to attack. They continue to put themselves in a chance to score. And Koke Vegas just continues to frustrate them.
Wow, what a chance. And Vegas with the left-handed stop. This is the first chance for Mario Williams.
When we talk about the composure, right? The composure of the back line to hold their line in big moments, to stay strong in those moments when the passes are coming through the box and it looks like Colorado Springs might be scoring. But also Koke Vegas, he has been able to keep his composure in really dangerous moments throughout this match. He has been huge for San Diego.
Martin takes it away, now Guido. Playing it ahead for Perez. Martin and Adams. Foster again using that speed. Plays it through and across net. Williams was crashing. Vegas will actually go out and make that a throw-in for San Diego on the other side.
And that is a good play from Koke Vegas. Able to beat the man there, clear it, and another dangerous opportunity for Colorado Springs. They're just a touch away from tying this one up.
Great opportunity again in front of net. Foster so good today.
Well, it's been the visitors as the better team in the second half. They don't have anything to show for it yet.
Possession was 62-38 in that first half for San Diego, but Colorado Springs has come back and changed some of those numbers.
We've referenced the heat, the humidity today. This is the part of the match where you start to really pay attention. What kind of impact will that have and on which players?
As trying to find Ronaldo. That's a hat on the other side.
It's a bad giveaway for San Diego. Just unnecessary, and now Colorado Springs might make something of it.
Echeverria. Skundrich out wide. Beckford just coming onto this match. Let play through with no harm.
Feels like the final 15 minutes are going to be pretty eventful. Switchbacks, they have the space. They've been able to create. I don't expect that to change in the final 15. In San Diego, they have a lot of talent out on the field right now. We've already seen them score once today, and it can happen rather quickly, too.
Ronaldo taken down. And we're going to get a sub for Colorado Springs. Tyreek McGee has come on for Jay Chapman. Their fourth sub of this contest.
And if you're San Diego, of course, you're enjoying the performance from Koke Vegas, the highlights he continues to show you. You just don't want to have to continue to ask him to provide you with those moments here over the final 14 minutes plus. He's been great, and he's been composed, and he's the reason San Diego has the lead right now. I just don't know how many more times you're really going to want to force him and ask him to make a save the way that he's been able to so far.
Last one against Romario Williams. Incredible.
Good strength from Guido to rip it away.
And the flag is up again here. Beckford ahead. You can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie Collection. Some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. All at the SD Loyal shop. Head online to the shop.sdloyal.com. You can visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. Another substitution for San Diego this time. We get our Loyal debut for Enoch Mushagalusa. Matiti making his San Diego debut, wearing number 77. He will check in for Charlie Adams.
Couple debuts for San Diego, and not saving these debuts for a moment where there's this big cushion. where you feel comfortable, where not many things can change. No, these debuts are coming at a big moment in a match against two teams that are fighting for playoff positioning. Only one goal separating these two teams, and we've seen the team who is currently trailing, the visitors, continue to showcase that they can score and continue to push. They're getting closer, and so you're getting asked a lot right away in your debuts.
Here's Perez on the feed from Ronaldo. Perez sends it in, and it's headed high. It'll be another San Diego corner.
Really good idea. Good moment from San Diego. Saw a lot of corner kicks from Loyal in that first half. Not as many here in the second half. But anytime you have Joe Corona and Alejandro Guido working with one another, good things are always possible.
And they play it short. Corona looking for Guido. And back for Perez. A switch for Bodley. Galusa, his first opportunity. Coming over from Louisville, he had 10 goals last year. 2 this season, 21. Last 4 years in USL. Kansas City and Louisville, now coming over to San Diego. Came up in the Colorado Rapids MLS Academy.
Yeah, and he's a player San Diego wants to have a really big impact here down the stretch, right? Like, we're getting closer towards the end of the season. We're getting closer to those moments where you want to be playing at your best. And San Diego believes he's a player that they can bring in the middle of a year, and he can make one of those quick impacts. He can gel, he can slide right in and help San Diego try to accomplish what they're looking to accomplish this year.
So TT making his Loyal debut. Michael as well, Michael Shilaka. My back line out of Tel Aviv. Now here's Williams into the box, but Vegas is again there for Loyal.
He just doesn't make it easy, does it? Does he? I'm sure Colorado Springs feels like they deserve at least one goal from this match. And with a lot of these opportunities that they've had, I'm sure against a lot of other goalies in USL, maybe they do have a goal or two here today, but Koke Vegas has just been that good.
This has been wonderful. San Diego coming off back-to-back shutout victories against Hartford and this Colorado Springs team on the road for both those matches.
We were talking a little bit earlier about the road trip for San Diego. They had to do things that they aren't used to doing, traveling directly from city to city. I've seen the stats of how many miles SD Loyal had to travel and will travel this season, comparing it against other clubs in the entire world. The schedule is daunting for SD Loyal, and going into a road trip that they went into that long, you're going to come back one of two ways, right? You're either going to come back and you're not going to be quite as strong as you were, you don't feel quite as confident, or you're coming back and you feel pretty good about yourself. And I think the way that road trip started, if you're San Diego, you at least had to question, all right, which direction is this going to go? I think by the time they got back from this road trip, and here they are at home for the first time, they came back a stronger team. They came back a better team than they left. And I think that was the goal for SD Loyal, and I think they did accomplish that.
Went draw, win-win to close out that road trip. This one will go through to Vegas as well. The draw at Indy, and then the wins at Hartford and Colorado Springs. Well, Jordan Caruth, you know, there's something called the Always Loyal podcast. Maybe you've heard of it. It's brought to you by Lucia Capital. Always Loyal podcast tells the story of San Diego Loyal, providing breaking news, inside access, interviews, discussion, analysis. The episodes are published every Wednesday. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast. You can subscribe, rate, and download the Always Loyal podcast here today. It comes to you from Darren Smith and one Jordan Caruth. It's a great listen, buddy.
I do appreciate it. I won't reveal one of our upcoming
Oh,
guests,
wait,
but
is it a tease?
But I will say we very much look forward to one of these upcoming episodes. Very special guest coming up.
Okay. Well, it's just great to hear from these players, folks in the front office, some of the great partnerships that you guys have spotlighted in the community. Every single week, it's a great listen.
Yeah, and it's the impact of the club, right? You want to tell the story of the club. It's much more than the 90 minutes that we're watching today. Like SD Loyal, what they mean to San Diego, it's a lot more than watching here against Colorado Springs. It's the impact they make, and that is our opportunity to tell that story.
Guzman giving chase, and he's able to get there. Sliding in against Beckford to make the stop. This will be a goal kick. It went off of Beckford.
Yeah, time quickly running out. Feels like Colorado Springs, they do have enough in the tank. They don't look too tired. They've made enough changes, enough subs. They're very much capable of getting a goal here by the end of the final whistle. I think it's going to go back to what we were chatting about with that back line and with Koke Vegas. Can you keep your composure in those high impact moments if you're San Diego?
It was last week last match for Phoenix to get a late goal against Colorado Springs, who led 1-0. Now Switchbacks trying to do the same thing toward the end of this match. San Diego trying to hang on for the 3 points. Tejada. Broken up by Perez. And he drags the arm of Colin Martin.
We've seen Perez make an impact on offense, creating, being dynamic, and now we get to see what he's able to do, what he's capable of defensively. That was a big stop. It was an important time to take possession away. Not just because Colorado Springs was getting closer and closer to the net, but now it sets you up, burns some time.
Yeah, it's been so good for San Diego this year. 5 goals. Been at the MLS level with DC United, but injuries had kind of hampered his progress, and he comes back here and he's been wonderful. Played up top to start the season, and now out wide as a wing back, and a out wide midfield. He's been great. Now Williams charging in. Vegas gets there. Now this is going to be a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick off of Williams. What a play for Koke Vegas one more time.
You question, you wonder how many more times can you ask Koke Vegas to make a stop like this? How many times in a row will he be capable of doing it? And I guess the answer is he's just able to endlessly do it, right? Like, this is not the first, second, third, or fourth time we've seen him have to come out, leave his line, and completely change the attack from Colorado Springs. And he's done it again here with only a handful of minutes left to go in the match.
Amazing performance today for Koke Vegas. Colorado Springs has had opportunities. Vegas has been up to the challenge.
We had 4 minutes of injury time in the first half. Not exactly sure where we're headed here. We'll see momentarily. But we haven't had that many stops here in the second half. May not be able to rely on a huge number on the back end of this to try to give yourself another opportunity if you're Colorado Springs. You kind of Have to take advantage of any moment you have.
Guido laying ahead Ronaldo.
Bad time to give it away.
And Ronaldo's gonna be taken down. This is gonna be a card. It'll be just a yellow. As Ronaldo taken down, there was another defender coming back.
It's a smart foul, right?
Yep.
Like you're forced into those positions. Yes, it's a yellow card. Yes, it stops play. More time is coming off, but your hand is kind of forced in that spot. Ronaldo looking a tad frustrated, but he must understand the reasoning behind it.
So card is issued here. We're approaching 1 minute left in regulation.
No need to rush it here if you're San Diego.
And now Guido will do the same thing. He will pick up the same kind of yellow card foul.
Really good run from Guido just to get to that spot.
Yeah.
Showing off the wheels. Saw a little bit of Guido earlier this week when Loyal took on Dortmund. Wasn't able to play the full 90. Able to see him there. That's a really good sprint. Looks good.
And one of the assistants for Colorado Springs is going to pick up a yellow now on the bench.
He tried to get another word in or two.
So assistant coach picking up one, and now we'll add 5 minutes on stoppage time. 5 minutes.
Things did seem to slow down a little bit here in the final 2 or 3 minutes. It seemed like we were going to get a relatively low number, but that added up rather quickly.
McGee. Across all the way in. Bodley heads it high. It's going to be a corner for Colorado Springs.
Really good work from Bodley to get there as well. We were questioning whether Bodley, we saw him dealing with a little bit of a limp in the first half. Weren't sure if he would get the full 90 today, but he's still out there making really strong runs and making a very positive impact for San Diego.
So now corner for Colorado Springs. Into stoppage time. Corona heads it away. Fall for Speedy Williams, who takes one high. Chance for Beckford, but it'll go as a goal kick for San Diego. Loyal Match Day, the ultimate setting for your next group outing, whether you're entertaining clients, hosting company outings, gathering with friends and family. Nothing like experiencing SD Loyal Match Day here at Torero Stadium with your group. Now, the group tickets start just $10 a person. SD Loyal outings come with unique fan experiences for your group, post-match penalty kicks, photos in the field, pre-game, halftime, high-five tunnel, all of that included in your group outing. SDLoyal.com/tickets, 858-465-GOAL. You can email tickets at SDLoyal.com. Matiti in for Ronaldo, who fires away once, twice, and in! Ronaldo again!
Ronaldo's been waiting for that moment for some time. You can see how much it means to him. It's going to win it for San Diego. They're going to take all 3 points. There for the rebound, and he wasn't going to miss a second time. And you can see how much it meant to a lot of the players, not just Ronaldo. You see Alejandro Guido looking at all of his teammates, demanding that they run over, celebrate, get together. And this is exactly what San Diego has missed since being on the road for all this time, right? Home goals here at Torero Stadium, scoring in front of the locals, scoring in front of Chavos. sending them into a frenzy. I think that's Elijah Martin on drums still. I'm not sure, I can't confirm it, but this is what they've missed, these kind of moments the last couple weeks. It feels like it's been forever since they've been here at home. This is why you get excited to watch SD Loyal play here at Torero Stadium.
Okay, one more substitution after the goal. It's going to be Morgan Hackworth for Joe Corona. And as Ronaldo Damos scores, making it 2-0, his 6th of the season in San Diego. Looking to put it away in stoppage time.
Yeah, use some more time here with the sub, and you go back the last 2 weeks, the season series between these two clubs, the way it's gone aggregate, and it's not the way it actually works, but 7 goals to San Diego, 0 for Colorado Springs. It's been a lopsided matchup this year. It may not be the last time these two teams play.
Wow. Ronaldo scraping and clawing his way down the field and finally earns the yellow from the defender against him. Would not give up on it.
And I think maybe some frustration for Colorado Springs. They had a lot of good today. They created a lot of opportunities, but I think what they came in today, they came in with a mentality. They wanted to prove that 5-0 at home, the loss against San Diego, that isn't normal. That's not who they are. They wanted to prove that they could come in here and not deal with a red card, score first potentially, come away with all 3 points. That's what they wanted. But again, it's going to be the same result, red card or not. San Diego's going to be coming away with all 3 today.
Ronaldo staying alive on that play, drawing the yellow against Steven Echeverria. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time here. Guzman with a nice sliding stop. Guido plays it ahead. Hackworth into the box. He's looking back for Ronaldo off Blake Bodley. It's going to go out for San Diego to take the corner. As Bodley showed good burst there, even after the knock in that first half.
Really good burst. They've asked a lot of Blake Bodley today. He has been just grinding out there into the 96th minute, in the heat, in the humidity, still making runs like that, and just a small touch away from setting up Ronaldo for his 2nd goal in a matter of a couple minutes.
Ronaldo this time will play out the clock. Draw the whistle. A warrior out there today. And that'll do it. San Diego with a 2-0 victory. 7 against none the last 2 matches. And a 3rd straight shutout. Loyal with a 2-0 victory.
You can see the frustration for Colorado Springs. It is boiling over just a little bit here towards the very end. What a performance from Koke Vegas. What a goal, yes, from Joe Corona. The power, the pace, the window he was able to get it through. It was a great goal. Koke Vegas was incredible today. Absolutely incredible. Tons of save. Colorado Springs played really well. 2-0, a loss for them. Maybe not the best result, clearly, but they had their chances. They had great looks, but it was Koke Vegas.
Our man of the match, of course, is Koke Vegas. It's brought to you by Palomar Health. Vegas was incredible today. That's 3 shutouts in a row for San Diego. The last 4 matches, they've come away with 10 points for Loyal. And keep in mind, Vegas had so many great saves. He's our man of the match. But the save of the match came early on in the game. How about this, Jordan Caruth? Save of the match brought to you by Ale Smith Brewing. And it's Colin Martin.
Yeah, this was very early. A goal like this goes in for Colorado Springs. Maybe it changes the dynamic of this game because they're playing in front and they feel that momentum and they can build off of it. But instead, Colin Martin, able to use his pace, his speed, get there, get to the ball, clear it right in front. Koke Vegas, that's a save he would not have been able to make. Probably the only save he wasn't capable of making today. And luckily for him, Colin Martin was there to save him.
How about the assist of the match brought to you by Lucia Capital? When you're reaching for your financial planning and investing goals, Lucia Capital Group is there to assist you every step of the way. Lucia Capital Group, wealth management and investing services for all loyal San Diegans. Go to lucialoyal.com and get started here today. Our assist of the game.
Blake Bodley to Joe Corona. It goes all the way across the box. Corona has the composure, keeps it in front, uses his chest to send it right down, and just absolutely launches a shot. It goes in. It was the first of two for San Diego. They get one in the first half. They get another in the second half. The only 2 goals today. What a goal it was, and it was set up by Blake Bodley.
That's our assist of the match. 2 goals to none. Joe Corona and Bernardo Damus, each with goals first and second halves for San Diego. 3 straight victories, 3 straight shutouts. Winning here today over Colorado Springs.
Many believe humanity has free will, that we control our choices. But when you see an offer this good for a vehicle this reliable, is it free will or natural instinct to get to a Toyota dealer immediately? Philosophy can be hard, but choosing a Toyota is easy.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
How's the chicken?
Oh, the prawns are delicious.
Oh, I have a shellfish allergy.
1 prawn, very good.
Did I say chicken wrong?
Tired of people not listening to what you want?
It's truffle season.
That's okay.
Never enough truffles.
How much are they?
It's a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm good. That.
It's like a priceless piece of art.
Enjoy.
Or when they sell you what they want?
Yeah.
The more we understand you, the better we can help you. That's what US Bank is for.
Huge relief.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we've always stood up for what's right. Rincon was the first tribe to have gaming, so it's really evolved into something that benefits everyone. Our people benefited, we're up out of poverty. Local surrounding communities have benefited, they get additional services that we never had. When you have the opportunity to give back and help, you should step up. It's a responsibility to help others like we were helped. We were given a chance, we're paying back.
2 goals to none. San Diego gets the win. What a run it's been for Loyal. On the road with a draw and 2 straight victories, followed their return to Torero Stadium with a 2-0 victory over Colorado Springs. Wrapping things up here, Jack Cronin, Jordan Caruth with you. Koke Vegas with a great performance in this one. Our game highlights now as this one started off early here. San Diego had 62% possession in that first half.
Yeah, Koke Vegas, a very popular player right now. All the fans want to get to him, talk to him, maybe ask for those gloves. We'll go back checking out these highlights. We just saw the assist. Blake Bodley setting up Joe Corona. I don't know who can stop that. I don't even know if Koke Vegas can stop a shot like that. Corona getting the first for San Diego. They jump out in front, and that was a big goal because the last thing they wanted was for Colorado Springs to come in and score first.
Well, Switchbacks would not go away in this one. They had their opportunities. How about this ball through from Speedy Williams? And an opportunity for Foster.
An incredible pass. And more times than not, you're going to finish with a goal on a play like this, but you're dealing with Koke Vegas. He saw it right away, he sniffed it out, and he was able to end it right there.
Trying reinforcements. Tejada had a couple of opportunities from long range, but again, Vegas was up to the challenge.
Yeah, and some of them a little bit more challenging than others, but it didn't change the fact that Switchbacks continue to fire off shots in the second half. They were much better in the second half. They asked a lot of Koke Vegas, and he had a lot of answers for them.
There's some balls through here. Williams got his first touch. This is maybe the save of the game from Vegas himself. An incredible look.
I think just based off of his reaction alone, it tells you what his favorite save was, right? Because he was composed, and we've used that word a lot today, and most of the saves, it feels like he's like, yeah, I expected that one, but you could see the emotion on the most recent.
Well, that one was tough as well.
and you just can't make a mistake there, right? If you're going to leave your line and dive, you have to make contact, you have to get to the ball. If not, the game's going to be tied.
And then in stoppage time, Ronaldo Damus put it away.
And he was able to follow his own rebound. It goes right back to him. No chance. He misses the second shot. And celebration was on for San Diego. No doubt about that. And he almost scored another a couple moments later.
Our stats here are brought to you by iThrive MD, the official partner of San Diego Loyal. And the possession kind of evened up a bit there, but look at the shot totals. San Diego in favor.
Yeah, that changed. It was 62% in favor of San Diego at halftime. It finishes with 54. So that tells you it was a different half, and we talked about it in the second half. It feels different. This looks different. The shots were different. 12 for Colorado Springs. Only 5 on target, but still 12 shots. San Diego got up to 17, and hey, Koke Vegas, he has a lot of reasons to celebrate today.
Koke Vegas, incredible. The supporters, man of the match, celebrating in fine fashion.
That is the way you celebrate here in San Diego, especially on a warm, humid day. I think normally he takes a few drinks. I think with the heat today, he said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use it to cool myself off.
What a match here today. Vegas was brilliant in net. San Diego gets goals from Corona and Ronaldo. In the end, a 2-0 victory for a third straight win for San Diego. That'll do it for us. For Jordan Caruth, I'm Jack Cronin. San Diego has started a stretch of 6 out of 7 right back here at home. We'll see you at Torero Stadium on Saturday.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.